Good afternoon, everyone. Aron here from the Worley Bugger Fly Company, bringing you your weekly Yakima River fly fishing report from the banks of the Yakima River, upper Yakima River. Water level running right at about 215 right now, so low, slow, and clear. Real bony. Fishing been fantastic. Nymphing's been good, dry dropper. Streamer's even been decent. Certainly all getting it done right now. However, the catch to that is you have to be clean, no dragging. Don't be scared to spend a few extra dollars on that fluorocarbon if you're fishing underneath. Well worth the investment. Bugs, blue wings, October caddis, and of course some short wing stones around. The crane fly tapering out, but still a few around. Some fish eating them still, so still worth throwing in the right spots. Other than that, not a whole lot to report. We'd love to host you if you want to get out. Still time possibly to get a day in. Feel free to contact the Pro Shop if you do want to come out on a guided trip. Just a quick thing, I found a fish pond hip pack in the Cle Elum section here. I'll add some pictures here at the end of the video. So if you lost a fish pond hip pack with a magnetic front in the Cle Elum section, or you know somebody that did, well, we'll have it at the shop. If you can tell me what was in it, it had very specific items in it. I'd love to get it back to the owner.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve at the Worley Bugger. You just heard from Aron Larsen about fishing in the upper river, and today I fished in the Farmlands section of the river. So I fished from Green Bridge to Diversion Dam, which is basically the start of the Farmlands. And just in case you're not aware, Farmlands runs from Green Bridge all the way to Ringer Road. It's a big chunk of the Farmlands, and beautiful day, about 70 degrees. We could have had a few more clouds. You know, that afternoon sun, you know, on low clear water can make fish, you know, a little spooky. Fishing tends to slow down, at least for us today, slowed down a little bit. So it's a good time to take lunch, kind of take a breather, you know, get your energy levels back up for the afternoon fishing, because it really turns on once the sun really a lot of that light gets off the water, you know, and it's not right directly pushing down on the river. The fishing really turns on. The bugs really start to come on that time of day too. Starting to see really good hatches of blue wing olives, and big ones too, anywhere from like size 14 to 18. So you can fish a wide range of sizes right now when you see that. Still crane flies around today. Seen a handful of them. And the October caddis fishing is really starting to come on. Really starting to see a lot of them. And in the afternoons, the fish are really starting to respond to them. So there's one flying across the river right there. So river continues to operate, you know, very, very low. Still drift boatable. People with rafts are floating. Of course, the rafts are not near as comfortable, not as forgiving, you know. I guess they figure that, you know, you can bounce off rocks a little bit easier than in a hard boat. But as long as you keep your speed off your boat, you know, and watch, you know, where your main currents, your deeper currents lie. I didn't have any problem at all today hitting anything, so that's kind of the main thing, is make sure that you pick your right spots and keep your speed off your boat in this low water. Watch for hazards sticking up. These bright sunny days, there's lots and lots of glare on the water, so it can make it a little bit tough, you know, on the fishing, you know, when you're fishing to the west. So I always try to, sometimes the best water is on the west side of the river, so you got to kind of work with it and do the best that you can, but try to fish on that east side of the river as much as possible and keep the flies out of the glare. But just kind of depends on river sections. Look for the shade. The shady spots are always good. The fish are still kind of transitionalizing. The water temperature this morning was 51. This afternoon was 57, so it's still rising quite a bit. So the fish are not quite holding in that slow blue wing water. There's a few starting to transition and move in there in the afternoons, mainly cutthroat. The rainbows you're going to find in the little bit faster water and in the currents until we really start seeing some cooler temperatures, you know, and the river temperature comes down, and you know, that will generate more dissolved oxygen content in the water. So those rainbows, you know, will push. Even when they start feeding on blue wings, they'll be probably, you know, in a little bit faster water or holding on the edges. So pay attention to your water types. It's going to be super important this fall. We're all kind of experiencing this for the first time. This is all kind of new territory for us. We've never fished the river this low before, you know, in 30 years. Aron and I, we're some of the oldest guides around, you know, working on the river right now. So lots of new territory, seeing lots of new things, lots of new structure in the river. But fishing continues to be good, and it's going to get better over the next couple of weeks. Lots of people are steelhead fishing. There's an opening that they announced yesterday for the Methow River on the 16th. So you can go on up there and kill 2 endangered species. It hasn't opened in 8 years, but now suddenly it has fish, and you can go up there and whack 2, and then it won't be open again next year or 4 years from now. So good job, game department. Keep up the good work. In that, we're still having a, you know, really nice warm fall. Weather's supposed to continue this way. When we look at the major reports, cliff mass, even into November, they're saying the weather's supposed to stay fairly nice, but hopefully we get a big strong winter coming and we can refill our reservoirs. If as low as they are, we're going to need lots of snowpack in the Cascades this year, so we can refill those reservoirs and just recharge the system, recharge the river. The river is really, really slippery, so if you are wade fishing, it's a good idea, especially if you're older, you know, to have a staff, have a wading staff with you. A collapsible one, you know, that folds up is pretty handy. But even if you don't remember that, don't remember to bring it, or don't have it, you know, find a nice strong stick, you know, along the river where you can walk the gradient, because it's very, very slippery after, you know, having warm water temperatures, you know, most of the summer. And now with it extremely low, it's very, very slippery to walk on, even with spiked boots and felt. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, you can give us a call at the Pro Shop. We really appreciate everybody that's come out and fished with us. Everybody's been so generous and so kind this fall. It's been really amazing to spend time on the river with everybody. Aron and I and Greg appreciate everybody's support, and we thank you for your generosity and your kindness, and we hope to see everybody. Give the shop a call. If you have any questions, stop on by. We got a big sale going on at the fly shop, so it's a closeout sale, bunch of goodies, discounted big time. So if you need boots or any other type of gear, you can swing on by and get a great deal. So there's my sales pitch. All right, so appreciate you watching, and have a great weekend, everybody.
Hope everyone has a fantastic week, and we will see you out here.